Sponsored by.
As the tensions in the Middle East remain volatile, Israel affirmed its willingness to send a delegation of mediators to study the ceasefire proposal that has been accepted by the Hamas terror group. Exactly 7 months after Hamas terrorists' brutal onslaught against Israel in October last year. Tel Aviv has criticized the new Gaza ceasefire plan as being a ruse intended to entice the Hamas group, while showing Jerusalem as the side refusing the deal. Condemning the deal, Israel vowed to continue with the Rafah operation to exert military pressure on Hamas terrorists, with the Israeli military urging the civilians in the southern Gaza City to evacuate elsewhere. The new ceasefire proposal accepted by the Iran-backed terror group calls for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war, reconstruction of Gaza, return of the displaced civilians, and a prisoner swap deal. However, Israel has criticized the softened Egyptian ceasefire proposal, stating that it is far from Israel's basic requirements, and asserted that it would continue with the Rafah invasion. Nevertheless, Prime Minister Netanyahu's closest ally, United States President Joe Biden, pressed Israel to not move forward with its plan of a large-scale military offensive in the southern city of Rafah until Jerusalem formulates a plan on how to protect the civilians in the southern Gaza City. However, rejecting international pressure in a fiery speech marking the country's annual Holocaust Memorial Day, Netanyahu declared that if Israel is forced to stand alone in its war against Hamas, it will stand alone, and vowed to go ahead with its Rafah invasion. Hinting that Israel was inching closer to invading the city, the Israeli military on Monday asked about 1 lakh Palestinians residing in eastern Rafah in the Gaza Strip to temporarily evacuate to a humanitarian zone, as the Israeli military began dropping leaflets in eastern Rafah, asking civilians to evacuate immediately. A spokesman for the Israeli military noted that the Rafah invasion is an imminent part of Israel's plan to dismantle Hamas and bring back its hostages. Pertinently, tensions soared after the Hamas terrorist group targeted 4 Israeli soldiers and left more than 10 severely wounded in a rocket attack on the Kerem Shalom border crossing, triggering a swift response by the Israeli military and prompting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to reject proposals for the truce. The Israeli military then carried out airstrikes in Rafah on Monday as the Palestinians began trundling away.